Okay, so I wanted to make another video with this about color mixing. So let me get these colors in the right spot so you guys can see them on the canvas. And I'm just going to use 3 colors. And initially, we'll start talking about how to make earth tones. Yeah, let's make it 4 colors. I just want to add one more. It'll help me to show you some other things. But I'm going to put this other color off to the side. And it's just, it's not even white. It's titanium. It's a buff titanium color. So it's sort of, yeah, it's kind of a grayish flesh tone. We may be joined by Axel here in a little bit too, because he's nosy. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys have one of these color wheels, but you can see that you got your primary colors on here: red, then yellow, and then blue. And so, you know, we've kind of got the color wheel this way, with red at the top and blue over in the right this corner. And then, you know, you've got your complementary colors. So red, its complementary color is green. Blue is complementary color is orange. And yellow, complementary color right straight across from it is these violets. So remember that, because we're going to mix up, first of all, the secondary colors. Axel, stop. All right, so he's scratching on the door. He wants in, then he wants out, and then he wants in, wants out. So let's take some red. And this is just Bob Ross Bright Red. It doesn't matter what color red you use. You can use alizarin crimson. It would probably work just the same. So let's come over here and make a secondary color. We'll just take a little bit of blue and mix this up. And it'll give us this dark lavender, purplish, bluish color over here on the side. All right, and then let's take some blue. This is ultramarine blue, by the way, so it's really powerful blue. We'll mix it with some yellow, and it'll give us a nice deep green. So already this tells you that if you've got these 3 colors, you can make almost any kind of color you want, right? So let's just take yellow, and let me clean that off. I don't want to contaminate any of these colors if I can help it. Yellow and some red. And we got a nice little reddish orange. We can mix a little bit more yellow with that probably. So let's just scoop up some more. Just get a bright orange here. Okay. Okay, so that's good. And we can see how we make all of those. And then we're like, all right, well, but I showed you how to make other colors in the previous color mixing videos. But the question is how do you get to where you can make brown? Well, you just go to any primary color and go to its complementary color, which is right straight across from it, which is that orange. So let's take some blue, and we'll just let's put it over here closer to the blue, just because. I don't know how it'll all play out. Depends how many browns I get going, I guess. But we'll pick up this orangish red color. That's probably too much blue for that, but that's okay. We'll mix it. We'll mix it up real good. And you get this really, really almost like a blackish brown. So now, if you wanted this to be more light, let me put some titanium on here and so you guys can. Now this is going to lighten it, of course, but just so you guys can see that it's brown. A little more, maybe. There you go. Now you can really see that it's brown. It's a real bluish brown. And we can bring some more orange over here and mix it up some more. And you really can see the brown in there now. It's nice, rich brown. Okay, so if you want it to be a little bit lighter brown, then you might want to mix, well, it has to do with how much pigment that you have in your blue, of course, but you just have to get used to what you're using. So let's mix up some more of this orangish color. There we go. Just mix up a little good batch of brown here. And I'm going to come back and do some more things with these browns, so when we get farther down the road. So we should be able to go to this yellow. It's a primary color, and its complementary color is that sort of purplish lavender color. Let's get have some more yellow over here. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me apply just a little more yellow. Got a whole new tube of yellow. That wasn't really the question. The question was whether it was still over here on this side of the table instead of over on the easel side. All right, so let's get some yellow, and we'll leave it over here close to the yellow, I guess. And we'll pick up some of this. Let's clean the knife off. You see this got this really nice reddish brown color. What's that? It's almost like a terracotta kind of a brown. And then we can pick up some red. We'll just keep it up here by the red. And we'll pick up this green that we made. And it makes, and so, you know, you've got kind of makes this really nice Christmas brown kind of color is what they call it. So you've got one cold brown and two warm browns. So there's three different browns there. And then, you know, from there, there's other things that you can do. You can add some more of this or more of that. So like on this side, if you want this to be more, if you want it to be lighter, you could add some white to it. Or if you want to change its hue a little bit, you can add some more yellow to it and kind of create this yellowish looking brown. Just almost like yellow ochre. Right? So let's mix up a little bit more green. This is Gamblin. I'm using a little bit of everything. I've got, what is the yellow? Hang on a second. I think it's Winton, but I'm not sure. But I've got Gamblin 1980 and Ultramarine Blue, and then I've got Bob Ross Bright Red. And then, oh, I'm sorry, Master's Touch. That's like the Hobby Lobby version of that. So, you know, however you want to go about this. But as you look at the color wheel, you know, if you're trying to brighten red, right, rather than go with white, if you take red and let's just do that. Let's take some red, and we want to lighten it. But we want it to still be red. So now this is not actually white, but it's white enough. And when you take this white and you mix it with red, you no longer have red, you have pink. So rather than do that, to make a lighter color red, take some red. I know we're off topic of the brown now, but now we're just back to coloring again. We're going to pick up some of this orangish color. And now you can see that you got the original red and then a light red. So if you were looking at an apple, for instance, a red apple, and you were looking for more color to go in there, then you might go with something like red and then some cad orange, or this red and yellow mixture that I made up, this orangey red, and then have, you know, naphthol red or bright red, and then over here on this side maybe use some alizarin crimson to darken it. So instead of going with white, which I think I might have talked about that a little bit on the first video, there's a good way to just do that. Just move, and you can do that by moving around on this color wheel. So, you know, if you want a bright and green, this is a nice bright green, right? So the best way to get to there is go to yellow. So if we've got this green over here, let me clean this knife off. So if we got this green here, now I'm kind of moving the paper around where I got room. And I want this nice green. Then I can add a little yellow to it. A little bit of yellow. And get this lighter green. And then, of course, if I want this green, scoop up some more of it and just bring it over here. This green, and I want it to be a little bit darker, then I can move back toward something that's a little blue-green. I'm trying to overcome that ultramarine blue. So okay, now I make a little more blue, just a little blue this time. There you go. And you know, you need to take these and you need to just like experiment. So now we got like a real light green, the medium green for mid-tone, and this real dark green. So again, if you're like painting a green apple or a pear or something, you know, you should always think in these three tones. And you can do that in Lightning by moving up and down around this wheel. So, you know, so if you want to darken your blue, go with something that's a little bit blue violet, right? All right, well, so now these browns, let's come back to the browns and kind of wrap this up. There's other things you can do with these browns, like you got this color brown, you want to lighten this brown. Let's take some to the side, a little more yellow to it. Get this nice a little bit slightly lighter color. All right. Let's see. I forget which. This is orange and blue. So I guess if you want this to be a little bit darker brown. And you can see it didn't take long to go that way. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. And you guys, if you don't have one of these color wheels, they come in all different sizes and they come in different kinds, you know, like, and it'll actually tell you, like here's one right here. So you can say like, okay, violet. If you add yellow, you got violet. If you add yellow to that, then you get this tone of brown, right? And if you add, you know, red, violet, and you add blue, you're going to get this darker blue. If you add, well, I was talking about that earlier. If you add red and you add white, you're going to get pink. Take red, orange, and add black, you're going to get brown. And a darker color, I wouldn't do it that way. I would just add a little bit more orange to it. So anyway, that's how you go about it, guys. If you have any questions about that, please just send me a note and I'll do some more on it. Can't think of anything in particular really that else I want to say on this, so I'll see you next time.